Hey everybody, good morning and welcome back to another edition of the Money Garden. Today it's Wednesday and in true tradition to Wednesday we talk about women's empowerment. I wanted to address a little bit about what is this whole idea of empowerment. It comes from the word of power, and what is power really? True power. And so there is several different definitions to power, and depending on what areas you look at. So there could be power, political power, right? There could be an individual's power over another individual. There could be our own personal power, right? So there's so many different ways and circumstances in which the word power is used and also perceived. So it will take on different meanings. But today what I would like to talk about is true, authentic power. Power that comes from within. And as in so many cases when it comes to these things, I always look to Oprah and Super Soul Sunday. I learned so much from her and the things that she brings on that show. And if you watch the show, you will find that she brings on someone named Gary Zukov many times. In fact, Oprah herself quotes Gary many times. And Oprah talks about one specific book that also made a big impact for her in her life, and it's called The Seed of the Soul. So the book is called The Seed of the Soul, written by Gary Zukov. And Gary talks about authentic power. What is authentic power? How do we get it? And is it something, can we cultivate it? Or do we, everybody has it already? So authentic power, really truly, it comes from within. And the way Gary talks about it is that understanding your true identity, understanding your true self, being able, now for some people this is a shorter process, for some people it might be a longer process. Some people know it, some people don't know it. Everybody can know it. If you don't know it, there is ways and there's techniques in which I'm not going to go into today. But I want you to know that every single person, every single one of us has something deep down in our soul, at our core, is that of who we are or what we believe in. There is a set of beliefs at our core of who we are. And understanding, knowing what that is, that basically it entails, in terms of our personality, who we are, who we want to be, what are the things we want to create in the world, what really makes us tick, so to speak, what makes us wake up in the morning. It is the place in which our dreams, our ambitions, our goals are rooted, really truly, where they come from. So this very deep truth that we all have. Now again, some of us may not know it. For some of us might be a process to get it or find it, and some of us do know it. But every single person has it. So this authentic power, finding out your true core, that's where authentic power comes from. And so authentic power, how do we actually, act upon it, is finding what that is and making a decision. So Gary Zukov talks a lot about decision making, but decision making, essentially, it's a very common theme, you guys, in many personal growth, personal development, even courses, strategies, from Tony Robbins to every single other person that you talk about, Napoleon Hill, going back to Think and Grow Rich, right? Jim Rohn, all of these people in this space, everybody talks about that decision making is an enormous component in living your best life. So going back to authentic power is finding what that true core is, the seed of the soul, where your soul sits, right? According to Gary Zukov in his book, The Seed of the Soul. And acting upon it, having the courage. Oftentimes, if you follow me or you listen to my other videos, you will hear me oftentimes say is finding your truth and having the courage to stand in it is something that I go for every day. I aspire for, not only being able to find my own truth, but having the courage to stand in it. But what I wish for everybody, especially for women, is who I work with. I always talk about try to find your truth and have the courage have the courage to stand in it. So going back to Gary Zukov, is finding that true authenticity of who you are, your core, and then making a decision. Make a decision that you are going to be true to that. And then the second thing is really, once you made that decision, is take action. Once you make a decision, number one, so again, finding that true core of who you are. Number two, making a decision that you are going to stand by it or follow that. And then number three is taking action. Without action, everything else is just a thought in your head. Ultimately, what makes dreams into reality is taking your dreams, making a plan, setting out a goal, and then taking action to execute is ultimately that's going to bring reality. Otherwise, unfortunately, it just remains a thought. Dreams are just that. That's why they call them dreams, right? Now, goals, that gets you closer a little bit to making your dreams come true. And ultimately, action is what's going to make your dreams a reality. So, to sum it up today, authentic power. What is authentic power? Is making a decision that you are going to act upon and based upon, and you are going to follow that true core of who you are at your core, making a decision that no matter what, you're going to stand by that, and then ultimately taking action steps to act accordingly, whether that is being a certain kind of way, whether that is raising your identity, whether there is getting new personality traits that you admire, that you like to be more, whether that is actually creating something, starting a business, a nonprofit, living in service of others. Whatever that truth is, find that truth, make a decision that you're going to stand in it, and then take massive action. That ultimately is authentic power. Once we are able and live our life every day according to this formula, for less of a better word, then we have authentic power. Then we every day we operate from a place of authentic power. So hope that helps you guys today, and I really truly hope, and I wish for you and everyone, if you haven't found your true core, find it, make a decision, and live from your authentic power. Thank you guys so much. As always, please leave your comments, please leave your questions if you have, and we will see you next time on Friday. Thanks.